it all works well with this. Yes, we are live. Yay! Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Lenny's Coffee and Conversations. And I have my guest that I have with me, Monica. She's a sister. She's a sister in business, sister in coaching, just a sister in faith. And so I'm actually happy to have her here. But before I get started with her intro, I just want to welcome those that are here on the live and those that are watching the replay. Thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedule early in the morning or any time of the day just to listen in to this candid conversation. And I wanted to shift it up a little bit and talk about putting God in the equation because a lot of times it was business, but we really didn't talk spiritually about our conversations when it comes to just life in general. And so for those that this is their first time watching, I actually started Lenny's Coffee and Conversations a while back. It wasn't Lenny's Coffee and Conversations; it was just Coffee and Conversations. And then I had the guests, and so it was. I don't know, Monica. You remember if it was like maybe a year ago? I did. I can't remember the exact time I started
Yes.
it, but I wasn't consistent because of my military. Assignments, of course, and anytime I had training, so I really didn't have that consistency with scheduling guests, and so that's why I had to stop it. And then I was at the Sergeant's Major Academy for 10 months, so I really didn't do anything till at the back end of it. So I changed the name to Lene's Coffee and Conversation, and this time around, I really wanted to be a space where it's indirect coaching to where I bring my friends in business, friends in leadership, to have a candid conversation based on the foundation of what Purple Camouflage is about. And it's about resiliency and emotional wellness, overall wellness, and success. So, success in life, career, and business. And so that is the background of that and why I started it. So I wanted to bring Monica on, so I'm excited. I'm excited, excited. So again, welcome for those that are watching, and I'm going to do a little bio. And if I miss anything, Monica, you tell me, okay?
Okay.
So just so you all know, the topic is shifting and placing God first in business. And my guest that I have is Monica. She's the owner and CEO of Rich Chick 360. This is a startup training, business training hub for Christian women entrepreneurs. Monica created Rich Chick 360 to build a community for women entrepreneurs who view their businesses not just as means of income, but as an extension of God's purpose for their lives. Rich Chick 360 includes faith-based principles and kingdom mindset in the processes and resources for starting and growing a business. Rich Chick 360 is also an umbrella brand for the Flav Crave Vegan Cookie Company and the nonprofit organization Christian Poet. So you got to tell me, but we got to talk about that too, girl. We got to talk about that too. So, did I miss anything? If I
well,
did,
first,
tell me.
first of all, thank you so much for having me on your show. I've been seeing you do your thing. You are an amazing entrepreneur. I am so blessed to just know you and have you in my network. So thank you
Oh, thank
for
you.
having me on this show. And I just want to just add one more thing to the
Mm-hmm.
bio just because I don't want people to think that, and I missed this when I sent it to you. I didn't want people to just think that we just rely on biblical principles to like start businesses. That's heavily infused, but we also use practical and real life strategies and
Yes.
solutions, tried and true methods in business, right?
Yes.
Um,
Yes.
but but we're just making sure that we're adding that God component in. So I just wanted
Oh,
to
yeah.
just put that out there.
Oh, well, thank you for adding that. Yeah, definitely, definitely. So, with that, because with our topic
Hmm.
shifting, I wanted to bring up something else just in case the audience didn't know. So, I always like to talk about how I met my guests on the show, and I want to say good morning to Linda. Good morning, Linda, for joining the broadcast. She is my one of my mentors when it comes to content strategy. So I just want to say good morning to her. And for those that haven't commented, thank you for the love. But Monica and I met. was it 2000? It was 2016 or 2017.
Yes, I think it was like,
2016.
was it 16? It might have been 16. It
So it
might
was
have been 16.
okay. So it was late. It was late 2016 because 2017 is when I formed Purple Camouflage Mentor. So we were
Okay,
actually in Coach Danielle's community, like when were curious about starting our coaching business, our coaching
right,
practice, and whatnot. And we
right.
actually started the training. And I think the training actually was later on in the year of 2016. It carried up to 2017 because it was a 12,
That's
13
right,
week
right.
program. And
Mm-hmm.
so that's how Monica and I met. And
Mm-hmm.
we actually stayed connected after the training, and then
That's
we
right.
formed the winning coaches. So, for
Yeah.
those that don't know, and then we also started doing live streaming, which we did it. It was more of inspirational chats on Sundays, and we did it like I think it was in the evening, maybe like between 5 and 6
Yes.
in the evening or
Mm-hmm.
something like that. But
Yeah.
when we all came together, and well, it was a few more of the women that Shalonda and Carlette and Chanel that actually
Yes.
we all formed together, and we all just you all know that we all stay connected. We're still
Right.
communicating with each other. It may not be every
Yes.
day, but we have love for each other and we support
Right.
each other.
Definitely.
But I wanted to actually shift and bring that up because it's a good follow-in to our conversation. But I just wanted to
Right.
bring that up because shifting, because at that time I was focused on retirement. I was like, I'm getting out, starting something different.
Yes. Yeah. And my focus was totally different back then too. I wouldn't say I was all over the place, but I was definitely in a season of just still discovering what lane God wanted me to like actually go in.
Yeah,
I always knew that I wanted to help people, and I always knew that I had a knack and just like a natural desire for business. And so when I started the course where we all met with Danielle, I was at that time in the season of wanting to be a life coach, right? Because just with friends and just with people in general, I would always just sit down, and if they had a problem, I'll just help them like strategize, like, okay, let's see what your goals are, let's see how we can help you get out of this situation. Like, I was always just naturally just an advisor, I guess, right?
yeah,
And definitely a prayer warrior too. Like, people would come to me for prayer. So at that time, it really was just kind of like figuring out what direction I wanted to go in, trying to hear what God was trying to tell me, watching everybody on back then. Periscope was hot.
oh yeah, yeah, it was.
Periscope, girl, I was spending so much time on Periscope, and then Facebook Live was like just getting going, I think,
Yeah,
but like Periscope was my jam. So, and it's crazy because I remember having a lot of anxiety at that time, like just a lot of kind of like not built up frustration, but just in a place where I knew that I wanted to do something, but I just didn't know exactly what that was or exactly what that looked like and how to like get it. So when you guys saw me in that class back then, it was really just, I mean, I was discovering myself, just me, like, just, okay, what are my
yeah,
own likes and dislikes, right? And then
yeah.
definitely trying to just see how I can monetize that, because that's what we were all in a class for, was just trying to figure out how to monetize that. And honestly, we got a ton of great information in that
Yes, we
class,
did. We
but
did.
because I wasn't, I guess, in the mindset to where I was ready and or just emotionally organized, I haven't done much with that information. Like, I still have all of the paperwork because at the end I was able to download, our
Right.
weekly stuff. So I still have it. And then back then, that's something else. I was an information hoarder. So I would
Oh my
collect a lot of
God.
information, right? I would just, I'll be researching, I'll download, I'll look, and I'll keep it. But it was just that execution part back then of just organizing. Okay, so I have all this great information. Now how do I utilize it? And I don't think back then there was a single coach that could help me with that, because that needed needed to be worked out from inside of me. Um
Mm, mm-mm.
so I mean, and that's where I was. So talking about pivot, I think sometimes it's just one, understanding the process, because I think part of my frustration back then was God was showing me glimpses of the vision, right? He was showing me glimpses of pretty much like what I'm starting to do now with speaking and writing my books, and
Yes.
just all these different things. But back then, I didn't know how that was going to happen. I knew I wanted to speak. I knew I had a stuttering problem, so I was also battling insecurities and things like that. So, you know, although I had all of this great information and these tools, God just had to like take me through a process of just really working on me, right? Yes, He was showing me, the gifts and things, but it was just so much emotional baggage, so much insecurity that I mean, now what, it's 4 years later, 3 or 4 years
Yeah.
later,
Yeah.
um, and looking back, the time doesn't seem like it was all that much time,
Right.
but this time was needed, right? Just to kind of, just have God just work on me. So I want to tell somebody out there who might be
Yes.
listening, like, if you feel like you're in that season of frustration where God is like trying to show you that He has more, but you don't feel like you have the tools mentally, emotionally, or just the resources that you need to make that happen, be patient, right? Do the
Yes.
groundwork. I was trying to be the
That's
teacher.
good.
I was trying to like be the teacher without going through the lessons myself. So I had to just really learn, how to just truly let God just kind of take me in the direction that He wanted me to going. And of course, we know it's never, what we would have done. But now I appreciate just having that time to just really, focus on my devotion, focus on my quiet time. I mean, still moving, like, still, like, He'll give us baby steps, right? Like,
Yeah.
to like keep the train moving forward. But if you're like a career ambitious woman, or just ambitious as an entrepreneur, that frustration is going to come if you feel like, oh, I'm moving too slow. I'm moving too slow. I want to get there. But just know that just take it one step at a time. I'm always reminded that Rome wasn't built in a day. And then also you can, eat a whole elephant one bite at a time, as my husband would always remind me. So that was kind of like the pivot at first, was just like, just having to just, after spending all that money, because it wasn't cheap, spending the
No, it
money,
wasn't.
right?
No.
And right. And just watching everybody like, do their thing on Periscope. Everybody was a coach. Everybody was like, just an influencer in my eyes. And I'm looking at these women, and I'm like, that's what I want to do. But just really trusting God's promise that, one, what He has for you is for you. And then just really trusting His plan. And even if that means stepping back, not looking at everybody, disconnecting from social media, so that you can hear what your purpose is, not what somebody else is doing, but just kind of taking a break, and like stepping back, and then just letting your own flow come out, because we can get so caught up in watching what everybody else is doing, that then
Yes.
we get into that whole
Absolutely.
comparison thing.
When
So
did you actually did you like actually take a break from, like, when we stopped doing the winning coaching, because we did it for like a good 10 months, and it was
yes.
something that I really wanted us get to go further with, I'm just sharing that, I wanted us to go further with it, but I knew
Yeah.
that we all
Yes.
had something. Reality is we all had a different vision of the winning coaches. We all
I think
did.
that's true.
You
Very
know what I
true.
mean? And
Very
so
true.
it was all in love, but at the same time, we all had different visions for it and what we wanted to
Right.
do for it. And
Right.
so, like, when was that like a when we actually started the winning coaches? I know you were still doing your thing when it came to, you were still doing your trainings, but when did you actually start getting into the vegan cookie company and like how? Because when I seen it, you're still doing the business training, but then I saw that and I was like, oh my gosh, and then it just
So,
like flourished.
okay. So this is how that all went down. And then this is also trusting God because first of all,
Mm,
so okay, my husband and I transitioned into a vegan diet like 3 years ago. It was
okay.
2017. It was right around like our Hurricane Harvey. Like we had a hurricane that came through, and like the city was kind of just shut down. And we visited my brother that um, earlier that year in Arizona, and like he's all into health, so he told us about this video called "What the Health," right? Like just about overall health, just for because um, high blood pressure, diabetes, all that kind of runs in the family. So just trying
Right.
to avoid that. So long story short, on that we we had some downtime during Harvey, so we watched it, and if anybody has seen it, it's all about like just how the meat and dairy affects the body, all of that stuff. So we went vegan cold turkey. Like we like that day we just stopped eating meat. And have been on the journey ever since. And so it was around that time I was reading T.D. Jakes' book. What is that book called? Instinct. It's on my dresser. Instinct, right? And
Instinct. Okay.
and so it was really all about like trusting that inner voice that God has placed inside of you, like your natural instincts in God. I mean, not just like your animal instincts, but your natural
Yeah.
instincts and your gifts and your talents. Like that's what God wants you to act on. So still going back to finding like just still like Lord, I want to do business coaching because it was just fun to me, right? Like I just love to do that. But then I also felt like, well, how can somebody take me seriously to help them start and grow their business if I don't have a business? And so
Mm.
like I battled for a long time, like just if somebody asks, I can just say that my business is helping you grow your business. Which I mean, I have seen some people out here do that, but to me, it just didn't make not sense, but it seemed like in today's society you have to really prove yourself. So how can I help somebody with
Right.
strategies if I haven't tried those out on my own products? So I
Right.
didn't know. I still just didn't know like what I was gonna do. And so it was just one day I was reading that book and it hit me, and I was like, well, I knew I wanted something that was consumable, something that I could get a quick return on, because coaching, one of the things that I felt about like just the coaching was, you have to like people have to warm up to you, like you have to
Yes,
put yourself
absolutely.
out there like for a while and build up that know, like, and trust factor. And
And it
I
can
was
take
like,
years. It can
right,
take
yes,
years. Yeah.
yeah, yes. And I'm like, I need to get some money now. Like, I need to. I mean, yes, I'm in it to help people, but at the end of the day, I'm not trying to go broke. Just trying to like build up the brand. So, God just literally dropped into my spirit. Well, I love sweets, right? And I mean, girl, it's that simple. I love sweets. I love sweets. And then like in my area, there isn't still any place that's like within like 10 minutes that I could just go and pick up a good vegan treat, right? So I was like, vegan, and then like it just kind of took off from there. So that's where vegan cookies came from. And then, then that's when truly the natural, like, business person just came out. And
Wow.
so, and so I kind of lost focus of the coaching because I was just so, engulfed in growing the business for the bakery. And Lord knows I have never in a million years imagined I would have a bakery, right? But and then I even ran into a friend later, and she said, "I didn't know that you like to bake." And I said, honestly, I don't, but I love to build the business of having a bakery. So that's
Mm.
still my focus. It's like, I'm not the work, like, I don't want to be the worker in it. I want to be the designer, the organizer, the
Yeah.
builder. Um, so that's where we are. And so now it's been 3 years in.
Wow. Three
Um,
years.
yes,
That's
yes. And
good.
so thank you, girl. And so it seems like now and like just now I'm starting to kind of get that flow of, okay, I feel like I have experience in building this thing. Now let me go back to the coaching part so that I can now have something to bring to my people, to my tribe, and just say, hey, this is what I built now. Y'all can see it. So
Yes.
now let's
Yes.
talk. So that's kind of
Yes.
how that whole, but I mean, it just, but the cookie girl, it just came from me being greedy. I said, God know what to use too.
But and that's the thing. It's like just like you just gave the example of your path, and everyone's path is different.
Right,
You started off coaching initially. That's what you wanted to do,
right.
and then you ended up doing something else. But then now you're right. It's like full circle. So you're going right back,
Full
but it's
circle.
integrating into
Yes.
with coaching, but it's
Yes.
not necessarily the main thing. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And
Yes.
so I just hearing you talk about, because I was like curious. I was like, I want to know how she
I
because me and
know.
Shalonda was talking about it. Me and Shalonda was talking about it. Like I said, oh my God, you see Monica, look what she's doing now. Oh my God. And I mean, we're just like so happy for you. Like, girl, you just
Well,
don't
thank you,
understand.
girl. I love y'all.
So I just wanted to, share that with the audience, because a lot of times, just by you sharing your story of what your path was, and what God actually did for you, that coaching wasn't ready at that time
Yes.
until
Yes.
now. It's like, okay, this is where my meat and butter is. So then this is what
Yes.
I can actually teach for
Yes.
those that are willing to hear and want to learn and are open to that and are coachable.
And let me say this because I think somebody out there needs to hear this because I was there. Don't ever let anybody bully you into
Mm,
feeling like what you are starting on now that you have to finish now. Like so
mm,
many people, like they are frustrated and they're stuck because they might start something because that's the vision, but then when they see either it's not time or that it's not working out, instead of pivoting, right, they just try to keep going bullheaded in the same direction without getting that ROI, right, on their time, on their energy, whatever, on their money. And so instead of like taking that step back, even if you have a mentor or a coach who is saying keep going, just listen to your spirit, listen to your gut, because at the end of the day, this is your vision, is your life, right? I mean, there
yes.
are amazing mentors. I have an amazing mentor. But at the end of the day, if he says something and if I'm not feeling it in my spirit, which I would share this too, it's not going to happen. So last year we were going to start my tea business inside of Flagrant. So, like, we sell cookies and teas, right? Herbal teas.
Okay.
And so, like, the website sales were going, but just to have more consistency, like, looking into the whole subscription model. So, I'm researching different competitors. He's like, showing me stuff, but I wasn't ready last year. Like, I don't know if it was just the fear of the unknown. I never sold tea before, even though
Mm,
I knew and could see that there was a market out there for it. People love tea, right? I wasn't a tea drinker, first of all, like really adamant. I mean, I'll have a cup every now and then, but I wasn't like a tea connoisseur or anything like that. But he was
Yeah.
really showing me like the opportunity of it. But because I wasn't just ready in my spirit, we did all kind of planning on the website, on the back end. Like there's all kind of stuff up on that website that's hidden, like that's not shown to the public. Like, pages for the subscription. And I mean, like he's helping me, but then it came down to it was in December. It was right before Christmas because I was about to go out of town. And him and I were sitting in Starbucks and I was just like, I'm not ready. Like, I don't know why. I don't know if it's like, but my spirit was just not ready. So we didn't move on it. And like, he was cool. But and so then we just kept on going with something else, right?
Yeah.
So I say that to say now fast forward 6 months later, well probably so last month. Well, 6 months later, because we're in July now. Somebody came through like out the blue and just like start buying some tea. And then I had like a huge tea order that somebody did that I did wholesale because they were having boxes. And then my spirit was ready. After that, I was just like, I'm ready. Let's go. And so, if I would
That's
have
good.
forced it back then, without
Mm.
being ready, I would have just been going through the motions, but not really feeling led or fulfilled and almost kind of feeling bullied. That's why even if you're working with somebody, you have to just be true to your own spirit. And if you're not ready to make that step, no matter how much money or opportunity is available, if your spirit isn't ready, that means that there is something else right now that you need to focus on. Right.
Yeah.
And if
Yeah.
that thing comes back around, if God opens that door, okay, cool, then it's that time. But anything done out of season, we always know it is never going to be, at its fullest ripeness or potential, right? No
Mhm.
matter how great the quote unquote opportunity looks. So just be true to yourself and be willing to make that pivot. Be willing to just be like, my spirit isn't there. Let's just go on with something else right now. So, and that's okay.
Yes, and I'm glad you mentioned that because spiritually, for those that are connected in that way, people say things a little bit differently. So,
Right.
for those that are spiritual and in tune and actually go with biblical scriptures or things of that nature, they understand exactly. 'Cause I understand exactly what you're saying. But then you have some people that go into the I don't want to say scientific, but more
Right.
of the coaching rooms where they talk about dissonance, and that's what that is. Just what
Mm-hmm.
Monica mentioned is dissonance, where it's something is not connecting. So you could say,
Mm.
"I'm gonna go full throttle on this," but
Mm-hmm.
then your emotions and your feelings are not connected to it. Hey,
Mm.
Leslie, good morning. It's not connected to it. So
Right.
if it's not connected to it, your spirit is not going. It's not going to happen. So that's where people talk about manifestation and how things don't manifest. That's the Bible talks about it too. You know,
Yes.
speak those things as though they were. If you're not speaking those things or you don't feel it, it's not
Right.
going to happen. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? So
It's
it
not.
may take six months to a year, things of that nature before it happens, but you and your spirit have to be ready for it.
Yes.
And so, I mean,
100%.
it's just amazing how you brought that up because I actually shared a quote in my Facebook community. We attract what we are ready for. And that's exactly
Mm.
what you just said.
Girl, yes, yes. And my thing is the spirit's gonna always lead. I believe, like, I'm
Yes.
deeply rooted in my faith. And I truly believe that our spirit is always trying to talk to us, but but it's that small still voice, right? We get so well, it gets so drowned out by, social media, our own thoughts, like, what
Mhm.
somebody else in our industry is doing. And, to where sometimes that small, still voice, it gets ignored because what it's telling you to do, it might not seem like it's going to get you to the place where you see, but over the years, I had just learned, of course, it's all trial and
Yeah.
error. Everybody has to
Yeah.
learn, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Um, to trust that, and like trust that gut, trust that intuition, and it has always steered me in a good direction. So
Mm, yes, absolutely, absolutely. I get those reminders. I got a reminder yesterday, like, God's speaking to you. You need to take heed because it's not where
yes.
you just be like, oh, okay, I'm gonna listen to it later. No, no, no.
Gira, yes. And like, I'm glad that you're having this conversation too, because I don't hear too much about God in business. Like just even being at like business trainings and business, like, courses or conferences, unless it's like a woman's conference that's like faith based already, just in the business realm. And I know business is vast, right? There are all different types of
Yeah.
industries, but oftentimes when we think of business, we're thinking of like cutthroat marketing, competing, like how can you like,
Yes.
position yourself. And so, like you said, it's about like, data and numbers, like the numbers don't lie. And where is your balance sheet this month and this month? Like we get
Right.
so caught up. Like that's, it's just
It's
business, you
right.
know, but at the end, I want to make sure that my life, just whether it's business or it's personal, but we're talking about business here, that I'm still letting God lead me in business. Because, I feel like at the end of the day, you can have all the money and success in the world. We see wildly successful people committing suicide, right?
They're
That's
not happy.
because
Yep.
they're not happy. Their spirit is not ease or not at ease, right? They're like, they get caught up in just whatever. I don't know. I can't speak for anybody, but
Yeah.
so, and I believe that God has all these things for us. Like we can have wealth and still be at peace, right? And I tell God daily, like, Lord, when I get those things, I know I'm human, but when I get those things, I'm still going to let folks know that I praise you and where my riches come from, right? It's not
Mm.
going to be
Mm.
like, oh, well, I did this or I did that. It's always going to be like, well, yes, God has allowed me to do X, Y, and Z. Like it's going to always be about Him. So I wanted just to make sure that my platform really highlighted. Yes, you can have, wealth in business. You can be successful. You don't have to be like, oh, well, God, like, He wants me to live holy and like poor and like just barely making it. No, you can be holy and have a 6 or 7 figure bank account too. I'm a firm
Yeah.
believer in that. So that's what I wanted to make sure that me in business was kind of like the I don't know, not the leader of, but I wanted to portray that because we don't hear that too often.
Yeah, I wanted to share Leslie's comment. During our director's call, we discussed all that's going on and what we can do to help. We came up with the ideas, but one guy said no one has said prayer.
Prayer, that's it. Yes, Leslie, I
Yeah,
love that.
I do
I
too.
Yes, and
Yeah.
like yeah, like we can get so caught up in other solutions, but sometimes we forget that one of the main solutions is let's just go back to what Mama told us, right? What you know what I'm saying? Coming up in Sunday school as a little girl, pray. Like
Mhm.
that's just the yeah. I'm glad. Thank you, Leslie. I like that.
Yes, yes, I do too. I mean, it's just reminders that, again, with the stuff that we have going on now, COVID-19, business, trying their best to stay afloat with what's
Right,
going on and making sure they're doing the physical social distancing. And then you have
right.
school coming up. Are we
Yes,
going to have, it's a lot of things
it's a
going
lot.
on. And then you have the racial tension going on. And there's a lot of other things going on in this
Yes,
world. And so that kind of gets kind of all that together, and then it's like I gotta do this, I gotta make this money, I gotta have social
right,
proof, I gotta do this, and then
right.
just everything that you mentioned, and it goes back to listening to that voice,
It does.
believing and trusting that it's going to be okay. If you make a mistake, okay, it's great. You made a
Right,
mistake, learn from the mistake,
right,
and if you have to pivot, just like how you shared how you pivoted, then that's what it's about. It's about living. It's
right.
about sharing. It's about experiencing. but not staying stuck in that space. And if you are stuck in that space, reevaluate those around you.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Because if you're
Right.
constantly hearing people, like you mentioned about bullying, I mean, okay, I've been bullied as a child, been bullied in coaching. You know what
Yes.
I'm
It's
saying?
real.
So it is, and then it's like they make you feel as though I can only share my truth. That if you're not at this certain space, it's like, okay, what are you doing? You're not doing it.
Right.
Okay, first of all, let's get this together. That I'm a
Right.
careerist. I'm still in the military, so that's my
Yeah.
priority. How can we
Right.
integrate? How can I integrate this into my lifestyle,
Right.
which is the military, and
Mhm.
coaching is something what I do. I love doing, and
Right.
so that's what I'm working at. I'm working that through, and it may
Right.
not look like that to everyone else, but that's what it looks like for me and Purple Camouflage Mentor
Right.
LLC.
Love it. Love
So,
it.
but it's just
I,
that.
and then I want to say, I'm glad that you said that too. And I know, girl, I can talk. So look, when it's time, I just give me the.
Yeah,
But I mean,
I will.
I mean, this whole conversation is well. One is it is near and dear to my heart. So again, thank you for having it. But I want to say
Yeah.
too, when I pivoted from focusing on coaching to my vegan bakery, I did think about like, man, well, what are people going to say? Like, they're going to say she all over the place. Like, how's she going to go from
Yeah.
coaching to talking about this? Because like, I'll look at past videos that I still have like saved on my computer and stuff, and I'm like, I really did do like a total 360. And so
For the best.
girl, right. And so, I kind of battle with that, like the hustle. So what are people gonna
Yeah.
think? And then if I go back to coaching, are they gonna trust me? But that's just going back to just trusting what I felt like I had to do. And then just knowing that, yeah, people might talk, but those who I need and those who are going to be part of the tribe and those who I am put here to help, they're going to still be around. Like, I'm still going to attract them. But yeah,
Yes.
like if I would have just thought like, well, I can't do that. I can't like make that switch. Like, folks are gonna like talk about me. If I let that kind of simmer and like stay on me, I would have still been trying to just plug away at the coaching thing, waste and like not wasting time,
Mm.
but spending lots of energy and time and getting more and more frustrated. Right. So
Yeah.
that just goes
Yeah.
back to just trust the process and just trust your spirit on the whole process.
Yes. Yes. And I'm just glad we're having this conversation, and that's why I feel like it was needed. I felt like it was needed
Definitely.
because just with the conditions that we're in, but not only that, but even prior to that, where we get so busy that we forget little small things, and when we operate in our own strength, that's when we don't hear the voice of God speaking to us, and
Right.
we ignore it, be like, oh, okay, I got it, I got it, I got it. But
Mm-hmm.
that's being selfish, and that's being inconsiderate, and that's
Right.
it's not respecting who the creator is and what he's done for you.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's like it's all
Yes.
those things all in one. And I've been there plenty of times, and I'm not gonna sit up here and say that I haven't because I have. It's
Girl,
like
we all,
I
everybody, we all.
have, and
No.
not listening and saying, okay, I got this, and then I end up doing stuff all over again because it's like, okay, well, I didn't want, I want to do it myself,
Right.
but
Oh, I've been there.
it's
Mm-hmm.
so it's definitely needed. So I just wanted to actually, because I'm a note taker, I'm always taking good notes.
Girl, it's
But
all right.
I wanted to just do a reminder for those that are just getting on and watching it. Please take the time to listen to the beginning of it. But we do have Monica Matthew Smith on, and a few things we talked about shifting and putting God first in business. And the main things here is be patient, one step at a time, trusting God's plan. And God's plan may be different for everyone. If it's that
Right.
focus, that area that you need, self care, for example, God is going to show you, your body's going to tell you, hey, slow down. You need to be,
Right.
you need to be, there's things that you need to focus on in your life that's going to help you better. And if you're not focusing on it, then it's those things that you never thought would happen
Right.
is going to happen. So then you're going to end up having to take a pause anyway. So
Yes.
really
Yes.
trusting a plan. And TD Jakes, you said it's Instinct. Is it
Instinct. Mm-hmm.
Instinct book? So if anybody's interested in
Yes.
that.
That's a good read.
And then the fourth one, I just put ROI pretty much. For me, I feel like it's time, energy, and money. Take
Mm-hmm.
a step back, actually reevaluate your ROI. Sometimes when
Yes.
you're in
For
business
sure.
and it could be nonprofit or profit, it takes time to build revenue and you have to
Yes.
be consistent and committed. If you're not committed, then you're not going to see anything. And sometimes it's going to take a while depending on what you're doing to build that
Right.
like, no trust factor and for
Right.
people to actually want. And then people want to see tangible. They want to see that. If they don't
Right.
see that, they're not going to see it as, oh, I don't need that. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like something has to
Right.
happen before they decide, hey, I want this. And so really take the time to look at that for your business. You want to say something, Monica?
Yes. Well, I mean, yes, I just want to add to all that. And just be creative in business. Like
Yeah.
just going back to like what you were saying, like people want to see like something tangible. If you're in coaching, right? Especially if you're just starting off and you really haven't gotten like that many clients as you want coming through yet. Try to see what else you can offer, right? Like put your creativity cap on and well also step out of your comfort zone and
Oh
just
yeah.
see okay what like so if I'm trying this method to get leads or clients or just to be of service to your tribe, if it doesn't seem like it's working, see what else, even if it seems like it's crazy, see what else you can do to serve your community. So maybe if it's producing something that's more tangible, right? Like
Mm.
Lanita said. So maybe if you haven't done any ebooks or anything that they can download or something to, kind of be that first step for them to get to know you, just be willing to try, be willing to pivot, right? I mean, I just think people a lot of times, they start off on one lane, in one lane doing one thing. And
Mhm.
because they're scared to either make moves or afraid of what somebody might say, or they might be doing things just because somebody else, family or friends or society tells them that this is what you should be doing, they
Right.
don't pivot, right? So just be willing to um just go against the grain, but just do something different. If you feel like you're not getting that ROI, like we talked about, just see what else you can do that you're being led to.
Yeah, that's good. I'm glad you added that. And then the next one, we attract what we are ready for. So Monica
Yes.
gave us a handful already, but it's a reminder for all of us because we have to know that because sometimes you don't realize that like it's something that you want. Even for, I give you an example, affirmations. Like even if
Yes.
we did affirmations, if a person did affirmations, the affirmation saying I am, whatever that
Mhm.
is that you want to say, right?
Mhm.
But you
Mhm.
don't believe it in your heart. You don't believe it in your spirit.
Right.
And then you get mad where, well, it doesn't happen. I don't feel that way. Well, if you
Right.
don't feel it in your heart and spirit, and how are you going to do an affirmation? That's where the destiny comes from. That's where
Yes.
congruency comes in. That's where all, those things, speak those things as though they were. If you speak a thing
Yes.
to God and it's not happening because you don't believe it in your
Yes.
soul,
Yes.
it's not going to happen. You have to believe it, you know?
A couple of things. And so, of course, from the biblical standpoint, is life and death are in the power of the tongue, right? So I'm like
Yes.
always quoting that to myself, whether I'm in business or fussing at my husband or whatever. I'm like, life and death, my God. Let's speak life. Let's speak life. But then also, have you heard? Well, there's a book, but then there was also a special on Netflix. But it's called The Secret. Have you heard of The Secret?
I have.
Yeah. Oh, okay. And so, like,
I love that.
yes, yes. And so, like, the principles are the same. And as we see, that, I mean, a lot of just like the spirit based or even biblical principles are kind of like the same that are
They
kind
are.
of, yeah, like that are
The law of
already out there.
attraction,
Yes,
it's the same.
yes. Yeah, girl, it's the same. So
Yeah.
whether you believe or not, just attract. Just like you said, Lanita, you have to think it, believe it, and feel it, and feel it. Like there's a whole section in my first book that just talks about like affirming and affirmations. But like you said, if you're just saying words, it's not going to happen. You have to actually visualize that thing. But we can talk about that all day long.
We have another discussion on that. But yeah, so I wanted to just do the reminders for everyone. But yeah, this was definitely awesome. I love this conversation. Now,
Yes.
one another thing I wanted to ask, like, what are some initiatives or events that you have coming up? Because I know you had a summit. Was it so you already did it already?
No,
Or
so it's coming up on August 22nd. It was originally scheduled for April, and then that was going to
okay,
be like a in-person event last April, but then that's when Miss Rona came in and knocked all that
you already
off.
know.
So so we had
Yep.
to pivot. We never stop. We pivot, right? So
Yes.
I have a team of four other ladies who I have gathered to work with me on this event. So yeah, it is the startup. It is the girl. Look, me with titles. Okay, it is the startup business and networking event for Christian women
Nice.
entrepreneurs, and so it's going to be online
Okay.
and it's going to be August 22nd. Yeah. So at this time, we're sold out. But then we are going to have another course coming up soon after that. So that announcement will be coming up. But so yeah, we're just getting ready for next month. We're super excited. It's a small, well, not small, but it's a intimate type of setting as far
Okay.
as we didn't want to have a lot of women because we want to make sure that we have time for questions and
Yeah.
so we had a max of 50 people. So for now, that's what we're just going to roll with. And I mean, I'm excited. So it's really for women who are in the startup phases of their business. So I mean, even if you have been in business for like
Yes.
10 years, but if you're
Yes.
still in that ground phase, that startup, then that's what we're going to cover. Everything from how to legalize your business, like getting set up. All of the ladies who are on my team are here in Houston. So,
Okay.
we're talking about, just how to set up on the legal side or on the registration side here in Texas, but then
Okay.
also get some resources for those who might be in other states, and then also branding, marketing, and then like just even self care as an entrepreneur, talking about self care. Right,
Yes.
we have a
That's
whole
my thing.
presentation. Girl, yes, yes, we have a whole presentation on that, and then
Good.
also talking about like just the financial, like how to keep financial records, different resources and tools that are out there that you can use in your business. Because I mean, at the end of the day, let's face it, you can have all the faith in the world, all the passion, but if the dollars aren't coming in through your business, I don't want to be cliche and say it's just a hobby, but you are going to be frustrated if you're trying to like really build. Well, if your goal is to like really do it to make a financial gain, right? So,
Right.
and we know that most businesses fail due to a lack of capital. Even
Yes.
if they start off with it, just mismanaging it can, make you go through it fast. And so we want to make sure that we touch on that. So, but it's really for the startup entrepreneurs, like just to kind of let you know, like, this is what you should be looking at, thinking about. And then we are going to have another opportunity that's going to take
Okay.
our participants a little bit deeper if they want to get just more resources, more hands-on strategy from me and my team, and that will be presented at that at the event as well. So it's this event, and then if they want to go deeper, then they'll have an opportunity to get on board for that as well. So we're excited. We're excited.
Yeah.
And then of
Yeah.
course,
Yeah.
like I launched my book.
Yes.
I can drop that link soon. It's on
Yes,
Amazon.
please.
So it is Heart
Yes.
to Mind. This is my
Nice.
devotional. the Purpose Seekers devotional. And then this is my first book, the Heart to Mind, the Purpose Identity Workbook. So both just really deal with just how to level up in life and business by just putting God first, but just really figuring out who you are and what your
Yes.
gifts and talents are, and how you can really just use what you already have inside of you to get to that goal of whatever it is that you desire in life. And just kind of navigating through a lot of, what kind of stops us from reaching that purpose, and to get us out of just kind of going through the motions of life, but really living intentionally and on purpose. So
I love it.
thank you, girl. Thank you.
I
I've been
love it.
busy, that's for sure.
I see. I see. Now, is there a way where? Okay, I know you said your event is sold out. Is it like a way if somebody wanted to see it virtually, they can actually get tickets, or I mean, how you're not doing anything like that to where they can pay, or you just doing the ones that actually like a limited time and
It's
that's it?
private, yeah. Like
Okay.
it's exclusive, and we want, and that was intentional too, because
Yeah. Yeah.
like going back on the business side, like if it's just all open to everybody, like it kind of loses its, I don't know, it's
I understand.
whatever.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So especially like coming off of Corona and everything, like we want, like we wanted just to make sure that that is intimate, and then also just vetting, like if people sign up when they were supposed to sign up, then they'll get in. Like I didn't want people just kind of like flowing in there at
Right.
different
Right.
times,
Right.
because it's also, we're spending our time and our resources giving this information, right? I mean, it's a real life, it's a 2-hour training. And
Okay.
so, we want to make sure that those who are attending are really invested in, taking
Yeah.
their time out too. So,
Yeah.
I mean, we didn't have a closing time. I mean, like we started off with slots open like back in, I forgot, like I think January, right? For the April event, and then by let me see, by March we were sold out. And so then after
Okay.
Corona, though, we did open up more slots, and then like those like are gone too. So yeah. So
That's good though.
but if, girl, look, all glory to God. And I can say too, I know, like last thing, um, partnerships and collaborations. Are you still there? Oh, you back. Girl, I know this technology. I'm like, oh Lord, did we go? Was that it? Did we?
I'm like, no, I'm please, like, let it go, let it go. Okay.
It is all good. I was like, maybe I was talking too much. Maybe I was just like, the network was like, cut her off.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
No, you're fine. But just partnerships and collaborations, I think, are super important to really.
Right.
I mean, it does make the dream, teamwork makes the dream work. So don't go at it alone, y'all. Find somebody who you trust. It took me a while
Yeah.
to vet my 4 ladies, and then just step out on faith. But they can always follow us at Rich Chick 360 here on Facebook, and then
Okay.
that way they will know like when everything drops, right? Like
Okay.
and then of course Amazon. The books are on Amazon. They can also go to bit.ly/. Oh shoot, H2M. Hold on, let me get the link.
Yeah.
bit.ly
You
forward
can share it
slash,
in there.
you're right, H2M devotion. There we go. H2M devotion. I'll
Okay.
put it in the comments after we're done.
Yes. Yeah, that'd be great. That'd be great. Look. I was like that. I guess it's like a cue to be like, okay, you almost done. You said you're gonna do it 45 minutes. Or you gonna be,
I was
that's
like,
a
do we
cue
get cut
right there.
off? Girl, look,
I don't know. It does it all the time to me. That's why I always try to make sure that I have a certain time because it'll
see.
cut off. But
I told you I'll talk you past your
I
time. So
hey, it's good. Do you have any final words for the audience that you'd like to share with them before we close?
of course, keep God first, definitely, right? I mean, I know that's cliche, but sometimes that's not always just an easy thing to do. Like we have to consciously remember. So I have that quiet time in the morning, even if it's 10 or 15 minutes. Get up and just be intentional with just spending that time with God, because like once the day hits and all the craziness of just life and the day, sometimes it's easy to lose focus of what it is that you're really meant to do, not just what you're doing, but what is it that you're meant to do. And then hop out of that comfort zone. Just stick a toe out. Like you don't have to like jump out the
Hmm.
boat like full force. Just get your toe wet, but just get used to trying new things and challenging your own insecurities. I had a saying one time that said like face your fears and crush them. Like that's the only way. Listen to people like Lanita, watch these shows, right? Get information, get knowledge. Always be in a position where you're learning. Read, 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 read.
Yeah.
I take after, or not take after, but one of my mentors from afar is Warren Buffett, right? Who doesn't love Warren
Yeah.
Buffett? And like he goes on like reading retreats. I'm not there yet, but that just goes to show that you can never get enough information, even if you are a multi-billionaire, right? So get your
Right. Right.
education, and if you have children, or if you're a wife and just have other obligations. If you're working full time, right, and have other obligations, and like if you feel like you don't have time, just take 5 minutes, and you will see what much of a difference just that 5 minutes of just spending time with God, intentionally asking for, Lord, what is my purpose? What is my direction in life, in this job, whatever it is that you're doing? What is my purpose? And you will find that it doesn't take snotting and praying in the corner for five
Yeah.
hours, and you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Just that little small prayer, just taking that time, he will start to show you things that will lead you closer to obtaining whatever life and success is that you are wanting to achieve. So
I appreciate that. I love that. I love that. Love it. Love it. Love
yes.
it. So I just want to make sure I will make sure I place your Facebook business page, the link in the
Okay.
comments if you don't do it before I do. So
Okay.
a little bit later, if you do that, so then they know how to get in contact with you or reach you.
Definitely.
And so I just want to say, any events or whatever, I'll make sure that I share them. So
Thank you.
my community is aware and knows that they have another resource. I'm all about sharing resources. I know some people don't like doing that, but hey, I'm all about sharing.
Appreciate it.
Sharing is
Yes,
caring.
it is, and it comes back around. I mean, like stinginess really doesn't get you any place.
No.
Just be generous.
Yes, exactly, exactly. Because what's for you, God's going to give it to you. So no matter what,
Exactly.
and that's how I look at it. It might not be on your timing, but it's divine timing. That's what I
Yes, ma'am.
believe. But I am so happy that we had this conversation. Oh
Yes,
my
thank
gosh,
you.
I'm so filled right now.
Same here. Thank you. I mean, girl, I was a little worried about this, about it being so early though. I was like, oh Lord, I haven't gotten up this early in a minute. I'm gonna have to but it was, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm so honored just to be on your show. Again, I'm like, you're doing some amazing things. I'm gonna see you on the own networks coming up
Speaking to
soon.
existence, yes,
Claiming it, claiming
claim it.
it. But thank you, girl. I mean,
Yes.
I don't take these things lightly. Thank you, thank you. I appreciate
Yes,
it.
yes. And thank you all for watching the live or if y'all watching the replay. We will see you again on another Coffee and Conversations. Until then, you all stay safe and sacred. Love you all. Bye.
Bye.